I don't know what's going on. Okay, stop the car. Stop. Stop. Okay, I'm getting out. I'm getting out. Stop. 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 I'm getting out. I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get the bus. Stop. I'm getting out.
Alright, we're crossing the American in the park. Everybody is through here now. From now on,
Put him down, man. Put him down. Put him down.
Chief Shields and I have made the determination that 2 of the officers involved in the incident last night will be terminated immediately.
Need a female officer over to COP and Lucky. COP and Lucky.
I don't
Circle K and William Street.
Receive for COP and International.
What we doing?
Working on me doing up the farm, COP and Ocean. I mean, International, William Street.
Set it down in effect International William.
I hit deep.
He rings jail signal.
Right to the dock. Go ahead.
You guys have original sanitation there?
You're running back this way.
Stand by.
This is ridiculous, man.
That group's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chauffeur.
Need less lethals, man.
Yeah.
That gas ain't just doing nothing to push him away. You gotta start hitting him.
Hey, we're behind you. We're good. We went today. The group walked away. That's in the charge? Yeah, that's fine.
You want to go?
I'm going to
No, please, no! 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 No, please, no! No, please, no, please! I'm not doing it!
Hey, you about to go to jail? Where you gonna go? Where you gonna go?
I'm not about to.
Where you gonna go? Just drive on.
No, come on, man. It's like, let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Go, man.
No, please! No! I can do anything! No, please! No, please, sir!
Gunfire? You real shots, eh?
International. Shots fired. 145 hours.
He can't go nowhere. He can't go nowhere. He can't go nowhere. Hey, give me an hand. Give me an hand. Hit the window. Open the window. Open the window. Stop the car.
Put the car apart. Put the car apart. Put the car apart. Put it in park. Put the car apart.
Hit the unlock. Hit the unlock. Hit the unlock. Hit the unlock.
We're crossing American in the park. Everybody is through here now. From now on,
Let go. Put him down, man. Put him down. Put him down. Hey, right there, right there, right there. Zip him up and move him back. Let's go. Hold on. What are y'all doing? Got him. What happened? What was that from?
That kid was telling him to keep going. He had a dude that was up the curb. And he wouldn't drive off. Let's get that car out of the way. What's up, man?
Get everyone's back organized in one line. All right?
Did you see the gun? Yeah, he was pulling the gun. He was pulling the gun out of his pocket.
Good morning, my faithful Lord YouTube subscribers. Today it is Monday, it's June 1st, year 2020. This year's turned out to be one doozy of a year, ain't it? And there it is. So the rioters who were angry, supposedly protesting over the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis, who was killed by the Minneapolis police officers, killed by one police officer, by three other police officers stood over and watched, which was the most craziest shit on planet Earth. The officer has been charged with manslaughter, third-degree murder, third-degree homicide, and manslaughter, something saying third-degree murder or something. But anyway, in Atlanta, the protesters were out in force, fighting and protesting and burning, like they did in a lot of other cities around the United States. But anyway, we're going to just focus on this little incident that took place with these two college students, one from Morehouse, one from Spelman. What they were doing downtown, I guess they were down there protesting like everybody else. They had their phones out to record and got into an altercation with the police department. And you all seen the video that just aired, because I'm going to put that video in front of this. I have a lot of thoughts about this whole thing. I have a sneaky suspicion that although the mayor of Atlanta and the chief of police have fired these police officers, those two police officers may be getting their jobs back, especially after I watched that video. Now, you might say, well, why? I don't really know why that young man decided to drive off from those police officers, or why he was even stopping them in the first place. We still don't understand. I still don't get it. Maybe I need to go back and watch it again. But at the same time, excuse this thing's kind of table's still loose. But anyway, at the same time, was the force excessive? I couldn't even tell you. I'll tell you one thing. If y'all want to go out there and protest and loot and destroy and tear shit up, sometimes you got to be prepared for what comes with it. I'm not saying that this is what these two people were doing, but clearly they were downtown for something. They were involved in those protests. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been on that street downtown. They couldn't have just been driving through that area. I don't believe that. They were purposely down in that area looking for trouble, and they found it. Now, I know a lot of y'all, I'm an anti-protester. I ain't got time for this protesting, rioting, and loot, because it does absolutely nothing but tear shit up. I'll never forget Rodney King protest. 30 years ago, I was 23 years of age. I had been 22, 23 years of age. 22, 21, 22, 22. And they had those Rodney King protests. And they tore up all this stuff in Atlanta and Los Angeles and all this. Nothing, y'all, all this rioting and protesting and looting and tearing shit up and burning shit down, it never resolves anything. It never resolves nothing. But as I talk to people who support this type of behavior, I always ask them first, are you registered to vote? Nah, I'm not registered to vote. I don't believe in voting. But you believe in burning down and tearing up everything and destroying the whole city, but you won't vote. This is how I explain it to people. So imagine I was a chef in the kitchen preparing dinner. I'm in there cooking, preparing dinner in the kitchen, making whatever I want to cook, whatever. You all sitting in the living room watching TV. I get the dinner prepared, and you all don't like what I'm serving. You just said, you don't like this. But had you get up off your ass, walk into the kitchen and say, what are you cooking? Because we might not like what you're cooking, and we might want to prepare something for dinner also. Or let's work together and prepare something together that we all mutually agree to eat. You have to participate. You want to see some change? You have to vote and participate. People keep bringing up Barack Obama. Barack Obama. Barack Obama was not Jesus. That man could not resolve 400, 700 years worth of issues in this country in 8 years. Then the white Republicans fought him tooth and nail on every goddamn thing he did. And after he lost, after Republicans took control of the Senate House, it was over with. And if I'm correct, I think they had both houses at one point. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look at the history of that. But I remember he nominated a Supreme Court nominee, and they wouldn't even vote on it. They refused to call a vote. That's how treacherous these Republicans were while he was in office. They fought him tooth and nail on everything he attempted to do. However, I wish Barack Obama had just done some stuff like Donald Trump was doing, just executive orders. Now, I wish Barack Obama had just started writing executive orders, especially in his second term of office. He should have did a hell of a lot of executive orders, and he probably could have got a lot more stuff done that he can legally get by, so Donald Trump doing what the fuck he wanted to do. Anyway, you guys, we got to participate. And if you think voting is not the answer, why do you think these people are spending billions and billions of dollars to keep black people from voting? Why have they worked so hard to keep us from out of the polls, to remove us off the polling ranks, to remove us off the ballot, to keep us from even thinking our vote counts? They have spent $1 trillion. If our votes didn't matter, why would they do all that? Why would they go through such extreme measures? You have to participate. Running up and down Peachtree Street with bricks and busting out windows and burning stuff. And I really don't think a lot of black folks were the ones behind all this. I saw black people do it. But I think there was something else going on with this group called Antifa and all this other stuff. But at the same time, if you want change, you have to get involved. And if you're not going to get involved, you know what would have served more of a purpose for black folks? If black people can come together and say, we're not spending one dime of my money for the next 12 months on shoes, clothes, nothing, all this stuff. We'll just shop at Goodwill before we'll just use what we have, with everybody spending. if black folks just held back, no cars, no shoes, just stop purchasing for 12 months, 2 years, we'll bring this country to their knees. And they'll be listening to us because we will use the power of our money. But even you all don't believe we have that power. But that our money is powerful. But it is. It's the same green money that everybody else uses. They say, black folks can't do that. I said, okay, I don't understand this. I mean, it's almost like you all are dooming everything but just violence and yelling and screaming and looting and running up Peachtree Street. What the fuck is this going to do for anybody? It has not done nothing for anybody since Martin Luther King died back in the 60s. Now, that march and stuff, this march and protesting messed the 50 years of marching and protesting, and black folks look so bad off, it don't make no sense. You want to protest, protest in the polls. You don't like somebody in the office, vote their ass out. Stand behind a candidate who's willing to give you the stuff you want. Y'all say y'all want reparations or whatever this stuff is, then find you a candidate and say, yes, I give you that, and put him in office. But until then, y'all will be running up Peachtree Street and getting tased and pulled out your cars and your windows bust out and your tires flattened by these police. And then they say, oh, we sorry about that. We didn't mean no harm. Oh, forgive us. I don't know what them 2 college students were doing out there that time of night. I don't know where they were going. I kind of have an idea where they were going. They were going to protest. They ready. We got our phones ready. They didn't know the mothers had tasers and guns and all this other shit. I'm ready for their asses. If you're going to go protest, at least have you some guns or rifles so you can shoot back too. Wouldn't that make sense? I think I'd probably need a couple of tasers too. But they tasing me, I'll be tasing their ass too. We're going to be tasing each other. What's this iPhone going to do? Oh, we can watch it on YouTube later. Oh, I forgot. Thank goodness for the footage because we can see this stuff. I was very excited to watch this stuff. I saw the whole incident live on TV. I was watching it when it happened. And I said, oh my goodness, what's going on there? Now we see what led up to that. But, bunch of bullshit. They were looking for trouble that night. And they got it. We going to be protesting. We going to go down there and protest. Fine, go protest. Like I said before, are you registered to vote? No. Do you go vote? Are you involved? I just don't understand this. I ask this question to people all the time, and they, I'm not voting. I'm not registered. I just don't believe it's going to work for us. How would you even know if you don't participate? I never forget when Tyler Perry said the first time he ever voted in his life, that church-going, Jesus-loving Christian, which I can't stand them motherfuckers, was when he voted for Barack Obama. Let me get this straight. You done lived on this earth and lived in America for all these years, and the first time you vote is that you're 38 years of age? I went, yeah, because we were the same age, so you got to be about 37, 38 years of age, and you just start walking into a polling booth. I was in shock. I was like, this is the first time this nigga ever voted. And I thought about the type of person Tyler Perry is, and this horrible shit he put on this damn TV, and niggas sit there and just love it. We love Tyler Perry. I said, okay, we doomed. I've already came up to those black folks doing. After I'm sitting here having me a cup of coffee watching it, I stay here in this house and watch. I avoided downtown. Went to Midtown, took care of some stuff over there, ate at a couple of restaurants. White folks over there eating, I was over there eating, black folks eating, gays, blacks, but everybody picnicking everywhere. Nobody, about all this rioting was going on downtown. But if you think you're going to change something by burning down buildings that insurance will rebuild, I mean, this has been going on for years. Y'all should have enough of this raged, violent protest they go nowhere. Now, in Minneapolis, at least they had sense enough to burn down a police station. They should have burned them all down. They were mad at me. They went after Target department store. I couldn't figure out why they went after Target, but then I remember Target's headquarters are in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So maybe they were trying to send a message to Target that you all need to get involved too. I don't know. Maybe. I ain't seen nothing that says that. We going after Target. I know that a lot of y'all just think that this is the answer. I know a lot of y'all think running up and down these streets with bricks and fire bombs, and they didn't burn down Detroit so many times and South Central LA so many times. And what is the result? Nothing. Nothing. So keep your own protesting if that's what you want to do. Keep getting tased and snatched out your car, your tires flat, and then the police come back and apologize. Keep getting chased up and down Peach Street and tear gas the hell out of you. Then nothing is solved. We for years we've seen these massive protests, particularly the past 5 years or so. Ever since Trump took office, I've seen some massive protests that have gone nowhere. Nowhere. Every time these school shootings happen, or these large shootings, or people protesting, all this stuff, it goes nowhere. Because the same politicians who are in that office, Mitch McConnell and all these other ignorant motherfuckers, nobody's gotten together to get their motherfucking ass out of office. They gotta go. Donald Trump should have never, ever, ever, under any circumstance, stepped foot in the office. He's been disastrous in this country. Almost murderous for black folks. Y'all don't even understand what this man is doing. Putting judges in position that will be in office for decades, put their foot on black folks' necks. Y'all don't even see it because you're too busy running up and down Peachtree Street. Have no clue what this man is up to. And if he's reelected, oh boy. If Donald Trump is reelected, but trying to get people to register, to vote, participate is so complicated in the black community. So complicated. And then one last thing. The internet hasn't worked for America at all. That's why in China they block the internet. They keep certain content from being able to be seen. We're almost going to need a supreme being that could control, and here in the United States, a group of people who control the internet to a degree. Because there's so much false shit on the internet that you all think is real, it just don't make sense. A lot of these people were showing up at protests, not even knowing who was behind the protest, who was sponsoring the protest. They just needed a large group of people show up, and y'all showed up. And then the mayhem started, because that's what they had been planning all along. So the peaceful protesters were lured into a trap. They needed massive amounts of people so they can pull off their dirty work. And some protesters probably started off peacefully, then they ended up looting Target. Because everybody else is doing it. They followed the crowd. So, I don't know. I know some of y'all not going to like this video. Y'all want me to be over here. Yeah, march, protest, burn, steal, rob. But what will it resolve? At some point, we got to get above that. I'd like to see some action taken. I'd like to see some stuff, some things done that will work in our favor. This ain't going to work in our favor. It has never worked in our favor. People will build this shit back and go about their damn lives. Target don't give a shit about that shit. Target ain't the last 2 or 3 months. Target was in trouble. Now y'all done went in and looted and burned the store and we can write off that whole store and get a large insurance claim. Ooh, we need that money. $10 million. Shit, they probably would have sat on that shelf for the rest of 2020 unsold. Now they getting some money from the insurance company. We'll take 50 cents on the dollar because we're going to sell it any damn way. Y'all even, Anyway, do what y'all want to do. Go ahead and send me some coffee. I think the more protesters going to be out tonight, destroying stuff. They having a good old time. They ain't got shit to do. They ain't working nowhere. Everybody's still hiding from the coronavirus. Did y'all forget the coronavirus still out here killing people? That 2 or 3 weeks from now, or 2 to 4 weeks, we're going to see massive spikes in infections. All them black folks y'all saw running around protesting and marching up and down these damn streets, they're going to be laid up and graded. So, hey, I don't know. I went to the gym yesterday. There were about 10 people in there. I hope it's 10 people every day. I'm going to get everybody to eat some breakfast and go to the gym and work out. I hope there's only 10 folks in there. I can enjoy me a good workout. Y'all go marching, protesting, and looting. Getting tased and snatched out the cars while I'm at the gym working out. Today is Monday, June 1st. The year is 2020. This year is a whole new month. June 1st. We're in June now. This shit's still going. It's the worst year ever. I went out of this damn. And Donald Trump. Woo. I don't even know what to say about that motherfucker. Have y'all heard him say anything of any substance this weekend to try to stop any of this stuff, but excited on and make the situation worse? Good gracious. We doomed. America's doomed at this point. In between the internet and right-wingers and ignorant folks, and it's just, we doomed. Lack of education. There's so many things that are just not working in our favor right now. America's headed to a third world country, and fast. And other countries are going to pass us because they have, we just headed in the wrong direction because of race and ignorance and racism and hate. It's just bad. Anyway, those are just my thoughts and opinions. Y'all go ahead and go marching and doing this deal yourself. Get you some stuff if you want to from that cheap shit from Target. I'm thinking, who would want some of that shit? But they just want to tear Target up. They think they heard Target. Target like we sold shit in days. They even raided the Kroger. Kroger was like, well, shit, we done made money on top of money last few weeks selling all these groceries for people in the pandemic. Then y'all came here, now they going to get a big fat insurance check and they get to renovate the stores too after the insurance company costs. Come on now. Anyway, those are my thoughts and opinions. Anyway, I'm out of here. It's Monday, June 1st, 2020. Good day.